In 2019, after visiting a chicken factory farm for the first time, Dr. Aisha Akhtar, a former medical officer at the FDA, states, "The farms are worse than anything I've read." As she walked inside, there were endless rows and rows of chickens, jam-packed into tiny wire cages that rubbed against the birds, including thousands of little maggots squirming all over around. This anecdote by Dr. Akhtar in her 2019 article, "I Studied Factory Farming for Years, Visiting One of Them Was One of the Worst I've Imagined," barely scratches the surface of the horrors and public health dangers of factory farming. Factory farming in the US must be banned. After hearing this speech, I hope that you'll email your local US representative and senators, urging them to co-sponsor the Farm System Reform Act that would ban factory farming in the US. I chose this topic because I care a lot about animal welfare, and I hate to see them suffering. With most of us eating meat as our primary source of protein, it's imperative that we're aware of the various consumer health issues and also environmental issues that can arise from factory farming. But if we all do our part together, we can end factory farming for good. First, I'll be talking about why factory farming in the US must be banned. Next, I'll explain the various ways you can help do so. Last, I'll illustrate how by taking action, you can help put an end to factory farming, and what it could possibly look like if you continue not to do anything. First, not only do factory farms treat their animals cruelly, they're also detrimental to the environment and can possibly cause another pandemic. According to the Humane League, an international nonprofit organization that works to end the abuse of animals that are raised for food, factory farms are a modern industrial method of raising farmed animals, where large numbers of animals spend the entirety of their lives confined in small spaces, with no freedom to go outside or roam. They state in their 2020 article, "Factory Farming, Why It Is and Why It's a Problem," that many chickens are kept in cages with space as little as a piece of paper, and pigs used for breeding are held in cages so small they could barely turn around. Along with the stress and discomfort that comes along with extreme confinement, animals are treated inhumanely. In the 2021 article, "The Problem with Factory Farming, What It Is," by the Mercy for Animals organization, states that animals such as cows, pigs, and chickens go through routine abuse, including being kicked, punched, and dragged by the neck if they don't behave accordingly. Aside from all the pain these animals go through, factory farming can cause pain to us too. According to the 2021 article, 5 Ways Factory Farming is Killing the Environment, since factory farms contain massive cesspools that store animal waste, they can cause water pollution by leaking into adjacent runways, destroying whole ecosystems, and capable of contaminating our water. Additionally, by eating the meat these farms provide, we increase our risk of getting cancers, obesity, stroke, and infectious diseases such as E. coli and bird flus. In the 2020 article, "The Meat We Eat is a Pandemic Risk Too," by Michael Greger, a physician and internationally recognized speaker on public health issues, explains that from the cramped living conditions to the decomposing waste, burning their lungs, and lack of fresh air and sunlight, it's the perfect storm environment for the emergence of a spread of a new disease. Not to mention about 99% of our meat comes from factory farms. To put it bluntly, he states, if you want to actually create a global pandemic, then build factory farms. Now that you've seen why factory farms must be banned in the US, let's talk about the ways you can help do so. One way you could help societally is by emailing your US representatives and senators. You can do so by going to the websites of organizations that support the banning of factory farms, such as through the ACPCA website. There, it will allow you to easily email your representatives, because all you have to do is fill out your personal information and it will automatically generate and send the email for you. By sending the email, it urges the representatives and senators to co-sponsor the Factory Farm System Reform Act. According to the 2021 article, Booker reintroduced the Factory Farm Bill. It states that act aims to put a moratorium on large factory farms. Also, that just means it's going to ban factory farms. So as of now, that bill has been introduced into Congress, but it needs more co-sponsors for it to be passed passed up from the Senate and then the House of Representatives. Next, there are many ways that you can personally help put an end to factory farming. In the 2020 article, protect farmed animals for National Farm Animals Day, 4 ways you can reduce factory farm cruelty by World Protection US, it lists that you can do so by buying the meat directly from farmers markets, choosing certified organic food to avoid buying from factory farms, and eating less meat. By doing so, we could reduce the demand for meat, making local farming more sustainable, which are kinder to animals and the environment compared to larger, monopolized factory farms. You can also spread awareness through social media by posting about it. This way, you could gain more attention for co-sponsors for the Farm System Reform Act. Now that you've seen the ways that you could help, here's how much of an impact your help can make. Through letting your U.S. representatives and senators know about the Farm System Reform Act, it convinces them to co-sponsor it because it increases the chance for that bill to become a law. According to the Congress.gov website, if the Farm System Reform Act becomes a law, it would require all large factory farms to cease operating as large factory farms by 2040. This act would significantly reduce the number of animals allowed in these farms and reduce the animal cruelty that goes on in these farms. Additionally, it would hold meat companies responsible for the harm they do to animals and their environmental impact. As a result, it would create a food system that's better for farmers, communities, and the environment. But if we chose to do nothing, history may repeat itself, and not in a good way. According to the 2019 article, 2009 H1N1 pandemic by the CDC, the swine flu in 2009 was declared a global pandemic by WHO, which caused around 6 million cases, 275,000 hospitalizations, and 13,000 deaths in the US. And guess where all this swine flu emerged from? Factory farms. Specifically, pig factory farms in North America, which is why they called it the swine flu. Since 99% of our meat comes from factory farms, it's only a matter of time before the next pandemic hits if we continue to do nothing about them. In conclusion, factory farming is detrimental to our society and needs to be addressed immediately. First, factory farms threatens our animal welfare, our environment, and our health. Next, there are many ways you can help stop factory farming, such as buying meat from local farmers or emailing your local representatives. Last, banning factory farming would significantly reduce the chance of another pandemic occurring and create a food system better for animals, farmers, communities, and the environment. As a result, factory farming must be banned in the US. Today, I'm asking for your help to put an end to factory farming. Through the ACPCA website, you can easily email US representatives and senators to urge them to support the Factory Farm Act. It'll automatically generate and send the email, so you don't have to do much work. But if you don't have a minute, maybe you have 30 seconds. I know most of you have social media, so you can spread awareness about the dangers of factory farming by posting or tweeting about it. Factory farms negatively impacts our animals, environment, and, most importantly, us. It's about time we put an end to this madness. Thank you.